Today we'll be finding perimeter of squares. Okay, and just a reminder, perimeter by perimeter we mean the distance around the shape. And a square, distance around. A square looks like this. It's a kind of a rectangle, or it is a rectangle, where all of its sides are the same. So that means this side is equal to this side, and that is equal to that side, and that is equal to that side. Okay, so for squares, if we know just one side of the square, so let's say we know that that side is 3 centimeters, then we actually know all of the sides of the square. We actually know that that is also 3 centimeters, that is also 3 centimeters, and that is also 3 centimeters. That's the property of a square. You can find all the sides of the square if you just have one side, or if you just know one side. So when you're finding the perimeter of the square, just adding up all these sides, right? 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. And that's going to be 12 centimeters. But it looks like there's going to be an easier way to do this, since you're adding the same number 4 times. Right? There are 4 equal sides here. This side, this side, this side, and this side are all equal. So you're adding the same number 4 times. So instead of doing 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 here, you can just do 4 times 3 and get 12. Because 3 is the side of the square, and there are 4 sides, 4 equal sides in the square. So you can just do 4 times 3 to get 12 centimeters. So this actually leads to a formula for finding the perimeter of a square. So when you find the perimeter of a square, you just need to do 4 times s. Okay, the s here is the side of the square. And you just do 4 times that side. Okay, let's try another square here. Say we have a square, oops. So you have a square like this. And let's say we know that that is 5 meters. One side is 5 meters. Then what is the perimeter of this square? Well, one side is 5 meters. So that means S is going to be 5 meters. And because there are 4 of the same sides, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same sides, you can just do that times 4. So the perimeter is just going to be 4 times 5, which is going to be 20 centimeters. Okay, so squares are not very hard. You just do times 4 to get the perimeter. But again, instead of just memorizing the formula, I encourage you to know why you're multiplying by 4. You're multiplying by 4 because there are 4 equal sides to a square. Let's do one, not the last example, but another example here. Let's say we have a square. Let's say that's 10 kilometers. One side of the square is 10 kilometers. What would be the perimeter of this square? And in this case, the side is 10, right? So the side is 10. So to get the perimeter, you do 4 times 10. Okay, we're just using that formula. You can do it this way. Using the formula, 4 times 10, you get 40 centimeters. Or you can kind of picture this square as having the same sides, all 10s throughout, and just adding up all the sides here. So if you add 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 together, you're going to get 40 kilometers. So you're doing 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. So I think this way, using the formula is going to be much faster, since times multiplying by 4 is much easier than adding the same number 4 times. But this way, you get the picture of what you're doing. You're adding all the sides together, and they all have the equal sides or the same sides. So that's why your answer is going to be 40 kilometers. So I want you to be comfortable solving this both ways. Okay, so lastly, oops, I erased the formula by mistake. The formula is that perimeter equals 4 times s. I'm just going to tell you, without drawing the square, I'm just going to tell you that the side equals 17 meters. Then what does the perimeter equal? What does the perimeter equal? And here, you can just use this formula. So perimeter equals 4 times s, but s is 17, right? So you can just do 4 times 17. And that is going to be 68 meters. Don't forget the unit when you're doing perimeters or any calculations that involve measurement. So that's going to be your answer here. Okay, so using the formula, you got the answer pretty fast. Or you can picture a square where all the sides are 17 or 17 meters. Okay, so you're adding up all those sides together. 17 plus 17 plus 17 plus 17. Which is the same thing as 4 times 17. And it's going to give you the same answer, 68 meters again. Okay, so for calculation purposes, memorizing this formula is much easier. And it's not that hard of a formula to memorize. So remember, for squares, you're doing 4 times the side. Just to, when you have the side, just do that times 4 to get the perimeter. But I want you to understand why we're doing that times 4. We're doing times 4 because the square has 4 equal sides. Okay, so that's how you find the perimeter of a square.